Hello, welcome to the American History Channel. Tonight we have a special program for you. We will be revisiting women's reform movements and the impact they had on our society in America. They worked for women's rights, abolition, and many other important reform movements that impacted our society today. Tonight we are having special interviews with Lucretia Mott, Susan B. Anthony, Margaret Fuller, and Matilda Gage. So please enjoy the following clips on interviews and on people's opinions on these reform movements. And first off, we have a special interview with Margaret Fuller. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Margaret Fuller. I was born May 23rd, 1810. I'm an American journalist, critic, and women's rights advocate. One of my books, Women in the 19th Century, is considered the first major feminist work in the United States. I became the first editor of Transcendental Journal, The Dial, in 1840, before joining the staff of the New York Tribune under Horace Greeley in 1844. By the time I was in my 30s, I had earned the reputation as the best-read person in all of New England, male or female. I have many accomplishments, including the first woman allowed to use the library at Harvard College. I'm a strong advocate for women's rights, in particular women's education, as well as the right to employment. I encourage many other reforms in society as well, including prison reform and the emancipation of slaves in the United States.
Now, wasn't that just lovely? Margaret Fuller is such an amazing woman. Now next, we have Lucretia Mott from Seneca Falls Convention. Enjoy. Hello, and welcome. My name is Lucretia Mott, and I'm here today to present to you about the Seneca Falls Convention. I'm proud to say that this convention was for public women's rights, and it was the first meeting in the United States for this action. As an abolition and women's rights activist, I was raised a Quaker woman where we did not use cotton cloth and other slave-produced goods. I was one of the founding members of the Philadelphia Female Anti-Slavery Society. We oppose slavery and racism, which I can say I'm very proud of this motion. I attended all three of the national anti-slavery conventions for women. Also, this was important for the meeting here I am to explain to you about today, Seneca Falls. I attended the Anti-Woman Slavery World Convention in June of 1840 in London, England. I was one of the 6 women's delegates, and after this convention, I truly realized that women's racism is present. Even at this convention, women and men were required to sit on different areas, and I was very upset by this. I also have been having public lectures in places such as New York, Boston, Baltimore, and Virginia to tell women about how I feel. But most importantly, I'm here today to explain to you what exactly happened from July 19th to July 20th, 1848, the Seneca Falls Convention, a rally for women's rights. This convention was to get our voices heard. Women's suffrage became a vision and a voice and focus of what women's rights could be. This changed notions for what women were to be thought of. I wanted us to earn the right to vote, and we concluded this convention with the signing of the Seneca Falls Declaration of Sentiments. This was signed by 100 men and women, and I'm proud to say that because of this action, I helped with women's rights. And thank you for your time. And coming up next, we have Susan B. Anthony, live from her prison.
Hi, I'm Susan B. Anthony, and today, November 5th, 1872, I was arrested for voting because I am a woman. I was voting because I'm a women's rights activist. I am fighting for women's suffrage, and I want women are equal to men, and I believe they should have equal rights. I'm also fighting for dress reform for women, property rights, and liberal divorce laws. Also, I believe women should have the right for custody of their children. Not only am I a women's rights activist, I am also an abolitionist. I am very active in the anti-slavery movement. In 1856, I started working for the American Anti-Slavery Society. And in 1863, with the help of Elizabeth Cady Stanton, my good friend, we organized a Women's National Loyal League to petition for the 13th Amendment to outlaw slavery. And in 1868, I began to publish a newspaper, The Revolution, to fight for equal rights. Women's rights and abolition are my two main causes that I am fighting for. but those are not the only issues in America. I'm also fighting for educational reform. I want equal education opportunities for everyone, and co-education because men and women have the same minds. I was raised in a Quaker family, and therefore I believe that drinking is sinful. I believe in temperance, and in 1853 I created the Women's State Temperance Society with Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and I also am a labor activist. I think we should have 8-hour work days and equal pay for equal work. I also encourage women to work. So as you can see, I advocate for many reforms in this society. I think America needs to change. And that is why I am in jail right now, because I was arrested for voting, because I think women should have the right to vote. Thank you.
And next up, we have a special clip of Matilda Gage. Hello, we're here with Matilda Gage. Matilda, please tell us about yourself.
Hi, well I'm Matilda, and I fight for the suffrage of women. I was born on March 25th, 1826 in Syracuse, New York. I grew up in a different environment than many other women who support suffrage. I lived in a tavern, which was a stop for slavery for the Underground Railroad.
Well, what association are you here to represent?
I'm here to represent the WSA, which is the National Women's Suffrage Association, and I'm also here for the New York Women's Suffrage Association, and my personal association that I myself created, which is Women's Natural Liberty Union.
What are your other jobs besides being a part of all of these associations?
I'm an active writer. I have written several books. I have written the book History of Women's Suffrage with my friend Susan B. Anthony and Cady Stanton. I also have a column in the New York Ballot Box, and I wrote Women, Church, and State.
What is the main topic of your books, Matilda?
Well, my main topic is that Christianity deprives women from their title and our power, and that God Himself did not make women and men equal. Also, that women have already done a lot for our society, but men take those titles for themselves, or do not give women the credit for what they have done.
Well, thank you for being with us today, Matilda.
Thank you very much.
It was great to interview you.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed these clips of these wonderful women reformers. Next time, make sure to tune in to the American History Channel. Thank you.